Well, hello everybody.
So,
Look who I got.
greetings from Kenya.
Tell us a little bit about how difficult it is to get live from Kenya right now.
Live from Kenya. Well, let's see. Right now, the lights are only on because of a generator, so we may go dark at any minute now. Last night, some trees were knocked down, fell on some power lines, knocked them down. And of course, since it's a Sunday, things haven't gotten fixed yet. And there's been a lot of raining, flooding, and such, so they're busy fixing those things.
But you're on generator power on a cell phone with.
Yeah, the internet I'm using is off my Kenyan iPhone. I have an iPhone I use here in Kenya, so my internet connection is coming from my computer to my iPhone hotspot. So because the internet's down here with the power, so no power means no internet. So
wow.
Yeah, it's
good.
Now,
it's good.
Up till last night, we didn't have this problem, but
you didn't have what?
It happened. So, up till last night, we didn't have this problem. There's one other day we had one night without power, but the power's been on most of the time. But last night it went out. It only comes back on when the generator's on. So
just to kind of extract what you just said, we've had power most of the time.
Yes, we've had power most of the time. So just 2 nights without power.
That's not bad.
So, and usually, we're gone most of the day. We get back, it's usually fixed. Wasn't the case today, but it's Sunday, so we'll see. And there was a lot of damage. But we did see trees down with power lines down, so we saw the damage. We understand why there's no power.
Wow. So those of you that are potentially watching like the live stream or are tuning in later, the video stream, I have no idea. We've never done this before. This is all brand new to both Josh and I. You know, the whole live streaming with like Skype and stuff. Thank you, Microsoft. I'm sure there's at least one guy that we know that's going to be very happy that we thanked Microsoft. But Josh's video is going to kind of be bumpy. It's going to move around on the screen, and I can't figure out why, but whatever. So.
And I can see a little bit of my feed, but that's it. I have no idea what's going out. So.
Yeah,
but
you can't see me.
We're figuring it out as we go. Yeah, I can't see anything. So.
Exactly.
And,
and
I don't want to pull up another device because I have a pretty limited internet connection right now.
Yeah, this honestly, like the feed is really good, so I'm happy. All right, so give us a rundown from the moment that you set foot in Kenya off the plane. Kind of give us like a Cliff's Notes version of what's happening.
Okay, so this trip, we pretty much hit the ground running pretty fast. We've been here, tonight's been 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, so 2 Sundays ago, we arrived late at night. So, of course, you want to know what we did. We got here and we went to bed. So that made the very first day we were here was our anniversary, my wife and I's anniversary.
Congratulations.
So we celebrated our anniversary by getting things ready because the next day we were going to start. So we, day 2 that we were here, or the second full day, we started our first conference in Zimmerman Baptist Church. It's a little to the north side of Nairobi. We were in a small church there that's been growing over the last few years. We had about 80, 85 pastors, church leaders, not just from that church, but churches around in that area. So we did a 3-day conference there in Romans, and that's what we've been doing all Romans conferences. Then when that finished last Thursday, Friday I met with the Baptist Convention of Kenya with an ordination board, and on Saturday they commissioned/ordained me as a missionary of the Baptist Convention of Kenya.
That's cool.
So this is a good step for our ministry because this puts us under the leadership of the Kenyan church. We're now not an outside entity coming to Kenya, but we are now part of the Kenyan church. And our ministries help to build up the churches in Kenya. And in Kenya, the Baptist Church has a pretty good reputation, so that helps us across all denominations. And in fact, this last week, starting on Monday, we were at a Pentecostal church in a town called Malolongo. Malolongo. Yeah, my mouth trips over it. It's Malolongo. It means long line of trucks. That's what the name of the town really means.
Really?
There's a way station coming into Nairobi on the Mombasa Road coming up from the south. And since the way station is there, you get long lines of trucks. So it's literally, it means long line of trucks. At least that's what they told me. So I'm sticking with it. But yeah, we met with the Pentecostal church there at a Pentecostal church, and we had about, I want to say 60 to 80 Pentecostal leaders of a 3-day conference there. And good productive time. As a Baptist, it's a little different meeting with our Pentecostal brothers and sisters, but we had a good time. And then I always tell my wife, so she keeps this in mind. When we land in Kenya, we have a plan. We know what we're going to do, where we're going to go. It's all planned out. But we're going to do what God planned instead. And that's what happened with conference number 3. We were supposed to go down to a town. I'm sorry. Sometimes I stop, pause, because I hear myself in my ears in the echo. So
you're good. Sorry.
If I do that, sometimes I'm just. Yeah, that's fine. I just to explain to people why sometimes, what's he doing? Yeah, it's kind of an echo of myself in my ears. That's kind of making me go, huh, what?
Dude, this actually should help. I'm going to mute myself unless I'm going to talk. Sorry.
All right. So the third conference we're going to do was a Baptist church again, and we're going down to a town called Salama, which I was kind of excited with. We have our oldest daughter with us on this trip, and Salama is a town right down the road from where I used to live when I lived in Kenya, from 1998 to 2000. There was a time I could take on the back roads, never hit a paved road, get you to my house. So it was kind of cool. We were going to drive by and say, hey, look, that's where I used to live, or that's the mountain we used to climb, things like that. But on Monday, or last Sunday actually, getting in touch with the pastor, last minute things, well, it's not going to work. We had these issues come up. We're not going to be able to make it work. So we kind of had to shift gears in the last second. But God opened the door, and we ended up going down to a town called Malila Tisa. Malila Tisa, it means 9 miles in Swahili. It's 9 miles from the Tanzanian border. So we were driving about 160 kilometers each day to get down, about 100 miles. So it made about, when there was no traffic, 2.5 hours. Last night coming home took us 3.5 hours because there was traffic. So we were meeting with the Maasai down there. Totally, it was nice getting out of town, out into the very rural areas. The air is clear. It's a little calmer. And so we got out into the countryside, that's really where we like to take our ministry, because these are pastors that they have no opportunity for training. So they're not going to come to Nairobi. They're not going to go to schools or whatever. So at a conference thrown together, literally, the pastor hosting it had less than 3 days' notice. We had over 40 pastors show up. And it was almost all pastors from that area. And some of them were traveling 2-3 hours just like we were to get there. So it was really a blessing to see how God said, yeah, you're not going to do what you thought you were going to do, but I got something for you instead. And it was really cool seeing, guys drive or travel 2 to 3 hours for something they didn't even know about 3 days before. So it was really cool.
Well, it shows the passion behind it that these people have. That's pretty amazing. So, it's funny you say that, and I'm going to derail for just a couple of seconds. I was live on Facebook just a moment ago because I posted about, like 6 or 7 hours ago, where are you at right now in the scripture? Like, what are you reading? Sound off. And I posted that I'm in Genesis 22, 1, which is where God tested
22,
Abraham.
1, right? Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it said Abraham. And Abraham is like, here I am. And so these guys with just a couple of days notice are like, here I am. I'm here. I'm ready. Let's do this. That's cool. Mm-hmm. Yep. What's the excitement like
it was.
for everybody? I'm assuming they are like raring to go as soon as they walk in the door.
No, not when they walk in the door so much. Often when they walk in the door, it's kind of like, especially the first time we come to an area, it's kind of like, what is this? It's kind of, we don't know. And you remember, the way things work in Kenya is we have a start time of, we say 9 o'clock, but it's going to end up being about 10:30, and then people will come back in the next couple hours. But by the time we get done, the excitement level is, wow, when are you coming back? We need more of this. We need to take this to other places. A lot of these guys are like, this week I heard it in a couple of different places, like, Romans is a book we don't really preach out of because it's kind of complicated, but man, I'm going back to my church and we're going to preach through Romans. We're going to go through it. The church is going to see. So the excitement level is, some of them are excited at first, but really the excitement level is that third day when we're wrapping up and finishing up. That's when they really are excited. And this time we finally had the idea of, you know what, I tell you about their excitement, but we finally got them to take some testimonials, to share some short videos. So hopefully we'll get some of that up there where people can see that. And instead of hearing me say it, you can actually hear them say it.
There's a lot of video that, Josh, you've sent me through Signal. I'm very excited to put that up on Facebook and get more dialogue going and let people see what are people in Kenya, what do they speak from, how they feel about the scripture and what they've learned or what they're wanting to learn. That's really exciting stuff.
Yeah, because it's almost like, we keep telling how excited you are, but really you need to tell them. You need to tell them how you feel, not me. So I don't know why we didn't think of this before, but I'll give all the credit to my wife. That's why I bring her. So she thinks things up like this. I'm just focused on teaching and sleeping. Teaching and sleeping. So
Julie's been doing a fantastic job of keeping all the posts up and everything like that. I've been trying to stay on Facebook and look at them.
Yeah. She's a little upset right now because she's a couple days behind because we just had such problems with internet where we've been. And then when we come home, the internet doesn't work. So, and I say home because literally the house I'm staying in right now, this is like a home to us in Kenya. The people we stay with, they're like family. I was talking with them tonight. We're like family, but we're not like out of town family that comes. We're like family that lives here. Because sometimes we'll go 3 or 4 days we don't see each other because we're leaving early in the morning and getting back late at night. And we're at work and such. So and then sometimes like tonight we had a nice family dinner, so it was good. That's why we're late. Sorry,
no,
but in Kenya, dinner's dinner. And dinner goes when dinner goes. There's no schedule.
Well, let me ask you this then. You mentioned dinner. We got some video and photos and quite a lot of. You could almost call it like polite smack talk about what you were having for dinner. Like a few, how many days ago it was? You had Ethiopian food.
Yeah. So the smack talk from you.
I mean, okay. So little known fact. I don't know why, but there's just something that I love about Ethiopian food. It's just incredible. It's not the fact that I eat it with my hands. It's just the spices. And so when you sent me that photo or the video or whatever, I'm like, oh, come on.
So let's rewind so everyone gets the idea of what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You love Ethiopian food. You go on and on about Ethiopian food. You get Ethiopian every opportunity you can. And where's the closest Ethiopian restaurant? How far away is it?
It's like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, exactly. So, so here I have you going on and on about Ethiopian food, and I'm literally going to the country next to Ethiopia, and we're in Nairobi, so we're in the capital, and so we met with a missionary friend of ours, who again we saw today, but we met with her earlier in our trip. And because we brought some stuff for them, and so we asked her where do we get good Ethiopian food? Because she lives right north of Nairobi. She knows, and so she told us a good restaurant. How can I not check out Ethiopian food? I'm gonna have so we're in Kenya. There's when we go to the restaurant, it's all Ethiopians there. The servers are Ethiopians. the cooks are Ethiopians. Everybody's Ethiopian, so it was a nice experience. I asked you, if we were in Ethiopia, what would we be eating? Not what did the tourists eat. So it was a good experience. And of
I'm glad.
course, I was gonna wait till the food came and send you a photo. But our wives, of course, they can't go like more than 10 minutes without texting each other. So,
Yeah, she was actually
maybe they can go maybe 2
chick.
hours, but yeah, they might be texting right now. I don't know.
They probably are. Actually, I just received a text. That's why I had my phone. Is my wife is saying your echo is really bad. So, guys, I know it was a little bit of time into this conversation that we got this caught, but hopefully the echo is significantly better now, because I can only hear like the raw feed directly from Josh. I can't hear what's out there in the nether or the ether.
See, I could hear the echo. Yeah, I could have. So, I was hearing the echo.
Is it better now for you?
Yeah, I haven't heard it in a little while.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so sorry about that. I'll try to fix that in post as well for the podcast version, like the audio only, but unfortunately the stream's going to be echoey at first.
YouTube doesn't like it.
Yeah, YouTube doesn't. They don't like that. So what's on the agenda for tomorrow and the next couple of days?
Rest.
Yeah.
Need a little break. We did 6 straight days of conferences, driving around. Today we went to Kajabi, visit some missionary friends. It was really cool. We went to Rift Valley Academy, a school it's a boarding school for missionaries. So they're missionary kids from all over the continent of Africa. And today was their first Sunday back term. Their third and final term starts tomorrow. So it was really cool seeing, and it was really good for our daughter, because we got our oldest daughter with us. She's 15. She spent a lot of time with mom and dad. So today we got her around some teenagers, some younger people. It's either been mom or dad. There's been some kids at the conferences. She spent, with little kids and stuff. But it was really good for her to get with some kids her age and talk to, just do teenager stuff. And then most of the rest of the trip will be spent either preparing for our next trip. Let's say we'll be coming back in August, laying out final details for that, meetings and such. And then we're trying to there's an orphanage we try to go to every time we're here. We're setting a meeting for that like next Friday before we leave. And then, on Saturday I'll have lunch with my sister and my nephews. So I've been seeing my brother-in-law every day because he drives us around. But I told me to see the rest of the family. So, and then we'll be home next week.
That's awesome. You're landing. Yep. You'll be back. What is it? Sunday?
Sunday night.
Sunday night. Okay.
Sunday night. So
promptly going back to sleep again.
Yeah.
So it's almost 11 there. Is that right? It's 10:45.
10:45. Yep.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else that you'd like to talk about? I know it's getting late, and you have been literally going without stopping. So.
Yeah, it has been. This trip is because normally you give yourself 2 or 3 days to adjust. You've got to get things going. You go by the bank, you get some money. You just get it. Because one thing, too, about Africa, let's not put Africa. I know Kenya. Kenya's my friend. Things just tend to take longer to do. Something where you'd run out, take an hour, and get it done, it's going to take you 5 or 6 hours. So you give yourself a couple days to acclimate and get ready. But we kind of hit the ground running on this one, and it's just been going. And it's been great, though. I mean, God's been filling the holes and keeping us going, sleeping on the road. It's a nice thing when you got 2.5 hours drive to where you're going. You can get about an hour and a half sleep in there, too. So, it helps. But just people pray for us that God can open the doors. The echo's back.
The echo is back? I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, I guess it was gone because you were talking, not me. But yeah, to pray that God continues opening the doors for us, like He has been, and as we prepare the next trip, which is just a few short months away. Normally, it's like you do one trip, get it done, and then we'll start planning the next trip. We'll think about that once we've decompressed. But no. Before we can decompress, we're already getting it moving, going to the next one. So it's been great to see how God's been doing that. So
That's fantastic, especially. And before you even left, you had spoke to me about like funding is up for the mission itself. The ultimately, I mean, this money has to come in. Otherwise, plane tickets don't get bought. You can't pay for food. You can't take care of your rent while you're gone. There's so many different aspects that are ran. Unfortunately, I'll say it. Unfortunately, because of money. But you had said like funding's up, interest is up, and now you're there and you're already talking about going back. That's pretty amazing stuff. So excited to see how it goes.
Yeah, we've never been in a position where, we're ready for the next trip already. And you say, unfortunately, about money, and as missionaries, that's the thing we missionaries hate the most, is asking for money. But really, that's how you involve other people in your mission. That's how people take part in what you're doing. But money is an indicator. God provides. If God wants us to do it, it's going to be there. He's going to put it on people's hearts. He's going to motivate people to give, and that's one of the ways we see the doors opening or the doors closing. Nope, that's not what I want you to do. I want you to do something else. So it's the part I think a lot of missionaries that we're most uncomfortable with is asking other people money. But it's like I said, it's how we involve other people. It's how people get involved in what we're doing. Not everybody can sit here like we are in Nairobi right now, but everybody can be part of our mission and what we're doing.
I agree. Even if it's just prayers,
Yes.
Prayers are a massive aspect.
That's probably, that's a very important aspect of what we do. I mean, literally a couple days ago, we found ourselves sitting in a police station down in the Manga at the border for a couple hours. So, prayers are really important. And interesting part of that is, we got pulled over and taken to the police station for a while, and kind of messed up our day and schedule, and what is kind of frustrating. We didn't get done exactly what we want to get done that day. We still got stuff done, but the next day, more people showed up, and one of the guys came to me and he says, "When we heard that the police detained you, I told my wife I got to go hear what they're teaching, because if they're going through this persecution, I need to hear it." So God uses even little things like that.
It's so funny you mentioned that, and I'm not comparing, you to Jesus, but like the whole fact that you're traveling and sleeping as often as you possibly can, and like you're going through and you're hammering through Romans, you're teaching these guys and ladies how to proclaim the gospel, and you're sitting there talking about getting arrested. Detained.
We weren't arrested.
It just brought in.
We were stopped, and then immigration. They wanted to verify our paperwork. How do we know you're here legally? Because this document says I'm here legally. Well, how do we know it's real? Well, it has a QR code. You scan it. Well, we can't do that here.
Oh.
So we waited a little while on the side of the road. Then one of them rode with us. We had to go past our destination, and we just wait a couple hours, and it worked itself out. So
that's gonna be
everything was in order, so of course there was no problem. But it's
I remember you explaining all of the stuff that you had to do before you even got onto the plane. So that's yeah. Well, I guess it's probably best to wrap up. It's going to be a short episode, but you're back this coming Sunday. No, not this coming Sunday. Next,
Sunday night.
This coming Sunday. That's the 28th. So we'll be back on our Corinthians poll, because we're talking about. Oh wow, it's lost my head. You even sent me your notes. And I've
resurrection.
Yes, the resurrection.
Yeah.
Not of Jesus, but us. So.
Yeah, and I've got my notes done, so it's not my fault. No, just kidding.
Yeah, you should have seen it.
Honestly, yeah, I hear the echo stuff we have. It's probably best we do it this way. So, yeah.
It's like I said, guys, live stream. I super apologize. I should probably be able to control it on the back end for the podcast version. So if you can understand us, listen to the audio version that will be posted as soon as possible. Trademark, because I still haven't posted the one from 2 weeks ago.
Right, and you really don't need to see this, so the audio will be good enough.
Listen, people tune into the live stream just for you. I've seen nobody's emailed.
Yeah, that's my mom.
and Julie,
or it's my wife. But honestly, I found out when they tuned in that time, it was to find out if we were done or not. So yeah. So they do watch live sometimes. They're trying to figure out, are they done? Can we bring the kids back?
Yeah,
so,
that sounds right. Well, guys, we'll sign out from here. Get some sleep, Josh, and God bless you guys. And we'll keep praying for you.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Good night.
See you, everybody.
See you.